Next guest right here look like he'll just knock a nigga out and spit some 16s right after. We got the Lord in the building.
The Lord.
Hey, praise
The
the
Lord.
Lord. Praise the Lord.
Lorde Sanctus, man.
What's
Hey, but
good?
real
What's
quick, what
good,
does that
man?
what does that mean? I heard you say it last time you was up here.
So Sanctus is Latin for holy. You know what I'm saying?
Lord holy.
So I'm just trying to, I'm not the holy Lord, but I'm just trying to only associate myself with holy things. And when I say holy things, I'm just saying things that gain value, you know what I'm saying, as they face antiquity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just when I look at ancient artifacts and ancient civilizations, you know what I'm saying, the stone can't be washed away.
Amen.
And all those things, the pyramids, all those things are looked at as holy. And so
Amen.
when I die, I want my work to be looked at not as holy, but as something that just can't be washed away. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best word I could think of. So I'm just like taking it to the top.
That's
Amen.
super dope. Because
That's beautiful.
for those who follow The Drop, know that you came on the show a couple times last season, and you were KO the Legend.
Yes,
and
yeah.
So
Yeah,
the change of the name
everybody.
is because of that.
Yeah,
You're
and I
now-
felt like, honestly, I mean, I got a new situation. I'm working with new people, and that name had just been out there for so long, and I honestly felt like I did everything I could do with it. You know what I'm
Dog,
saying?
I felt like that this year too, man. Like
'cause you're
2017
King Shaw
hit,
now, right?
and I'm King Shaw
Yeah.
now. Like, you know, it's a transition, but I just see the reactions when I say it though.
Yeah, it's a whole different wave, right?
And I was in Montego Bay, real quick plug. I met a bartender, and I don't know why I told him my name, because I was telling everybody just Britain. Like, that's my government.
Right. That's fly too, though.
Yeah. And I was just like, you know, but for some reason. Yeah, I am kind of. Nah, shout out to mom and dad for that. But, you know, I just figured, like, I don't know, like, let me just see what the, bruh. He was washing his hands and he couldn't shake my hand because he was washing dishes. I'm like, man, let me shake your hand. He's
Right.
like, oh, boom, clap. He said, let me wash yours because you get dirty it up. You can't walk around with dirty, soapy hands. He
Hey.
said, he said, I'm washing royalty because he was washing my hands.
That's a way.
And it was like, oh, as soon as you claim something, you claim a
Yeah.
name, it's like God will back that name because that's probably from the Abram to the Abraham situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's power in the name. It says that in the Bible. Even if you believe in magic and witchcraft, I think it's real, but I don't dabble in it. But
Yeah.
Don't twist that.
beyond that, even magic, the power's in the name. You
The
know what I'm
power's in the
saying?
words,
That's a fact. Like,
You claim it, it's
yeah.
there.
I mean, the day I changed my name to Lorde Sanctus, I met this dude named Jesus, and he was like,
What?
he was like, my name is Jesus, and I was like, my name is the Lord. And that nigga flat, like, he lost his mind, and like, I was like, yo, this is it. I'm sticking with it.
You lying.
Yeah.
No, the boom,
Fucking
but
tight.
that's tight, bro. And yeah, once you claim it and walk in that name, you know, Jacob fought, he wrestled with God and got Israel, you know, and that was the Holy Land. So
Yeah.
that's what's up. So, man,
That's tight.
hey, just explain to me what you have on real quick, cause you
Yeah,
fly,
but
bro.
the
He
jeans,
came through
if
fly.
You could see the jeans.
What are the
Fly.
threads you got on? Cause I might bite the whole outfit.
My
Like, bet.
favorite brand in the world is V Rocher, and that's what my pants are, V Rocher.
V Rocher?
Yeah, they're out of Paris.
For real?
And
I'm so off.
For real, V Rocher.
I even
like,
say
I
that in
never,
my-
Sunday, I
met
feel
V.
like
Rocher.
I'm on Off-White and Goyard, and you talking about V Rocher.
I even say that in my first single, Think About It. I say rockin' V Rocher. I never put on Supreme, like, cause that's my line. Like, I love everything they do. It's really dope and innovative. So.
Yeah, it drapes nicely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then this is Hudson. The shirt is Hudson. They do like Gucci and stuff knockoffs, but then they
Okay.
like put their own little twist on it, like
Yeah.
ironic kind of political statements on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
like the shirt is actually a Gucci design that Gucci would have the dragons on the front, but because Gucci takes from Japanese culture, they just went ahead and put Japan on the shirt instead of Gucci because
Wow.
Oh,
mean,
that's
fly.
like their like
So-
political stance from it. You know?
Is
He
Lorde
fly every time he
Sanctus-
comes
He
up
is. I'm about to
every
say.
time
So when is Lorde
he come in the
Sanctus
building.
dropping the clothing line? Because
Shit,
you've been so stylish for all these years. Like,
I mean, I got hats. If you want to go legendary.com, you could get the legendary dad hats still.
Oh,
at
wow.
Okay.
LXGNDRY.com.
oh, I'll definitely be on there
Yeah.
tonight.
You know what I'm saying?
Plugging.
we got a few left. So
What's that hat you have on right here?
this is Epitome from Atlanta.
I like
okay.
Epitome.
Epitome.
Yeah.
I got the epitome.
Yeah,
Dang, that's a dope hat.
I had to get the suede khaki. You know
You
what
know,
I'm
it's
saying?
fly. I was like,
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's
man.
nice. Dad hats are really
Beautiful.
doing their thing right now in this season. But since you've been back, since the last time you came, you've done so many things in between the time.
For real.
And I know one that was crazy for us to see was the Denzel movie that you had your track on.
The Magnificent
Oh,
Seven.
yeah. Yes.
Shout out.
Thank
Shout
you.
out.
Thank you.
How
That
was
trailer,
that? Like, how did that
man.
come? How is everything after that?
I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like my boy, he called me. He was like, "Yo, I finally got something for you," and I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "I'm gonna come over right now. I'm bringing some people with me." So he came to the crib and he brought some Sony execs, and then they played me the trailer, and they was like, "Yo, we need some rap for this shit, like for the black audience or whatever," because they had a rock and roll version of it. And I was like, whatever. I mean, y'all sure you? I actually said, I was like, y'all sure? Like, I'm the guy for this? Because it's like Kendrick is popping, Kanye's popping. And they was like, nah, like, we want you. So they ran the track like 7 or 8 times. I did like 7 or 8 different versions in 30 minutes. And then I hear from them for like 6 months. And then I just woke up one morning, I got a text with all these money bags. So we did it. And then the next day I seen it on TV, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And it's been dope ever since. Like, the licensing has gone through the roof since then. Like, the Cavs just took that song last week for their finals.
And,
what?
LeBron, it's on the NBA finals.
LeBron has been walking out to it every game.
Yes.
I hope that's not why they losing. But
No, definitely not.
But,
it's not why
you gotta
they're
blame KD for that.
I woke up and the NBA was like, yo, we've been looking for you everywhere. Because the Cavs don't want to walk out to no other track, and we didn't know who KO the Legend was, and so we can't use the track without your permission. So
how does that work? Like, I've been feeling like that too. Like, you got KO that's going crazy now, but now you just dove into Lorde Sanctus. Like, does that conflict?
I mean, I just really don't promote KO the Legend work. You know what I'm saying? If someone wants to give me a bag for something I did, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, like, I'm really focused on the Lorde Sanctus.
Man, you inspiring me, dog. You're definitely inspiring me. That's awesome. So, like, what's new, man? We was just chopping it up on the roof.
You
But,
just came back from Africa too, right?
No, I didn't come back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
South Saying C came back.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, I don't know what happened over there.
Shout out to Lil C, man. He's doing his thing, but
Yeah.
But for me, I started a new label called Good, the Bad, and the Thirsty, and I'm actually in a group called the Good, the Bad, and the Thirsty with it's me and a super prolific producer named Spencer Neasy. He used to be in a group called Jupiter Rising back in the day. And
wow.
Then, yeah, and
you
then,
serious?
Yeah. So it's me, him, and then the Weeknd's producer engineer named Joshua Smith. He just did all of Starboy. And he did Beauty Behind the Madness. And so we're in a group together, and we have been working on an album for the past maybe 2 years or so. And then at the last minute, they were like, yo, before we put out the album, we want to do a solo project for you. And we're just going to stop everything we're doing and focus on putting this project together for you.
The Lord.
And so I was like, yo, if they're going to, because they get bags for when they work. So I was like, if we're going to stop everything, then I got to come with it. You know what I'm saying? So we put together this project called Purgatory that drops next Friday.
Wow.
And, you know, it's just really, we just do black music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
Not to put your business out there, but how old are you, bro?
I'm 35.
Wow. That's an amazing age, bro.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like it's really funny, man, because when I was 25, I was 100 pounds heavier, and I look 20 years older than I do now. So that just kind of put me...
you lost a lot of weight, bro.
That put me in a perspective that, like, age really doesn't matter as long as you're committed to your cause. So you know your purpose and you're committed to it, then you're not gonna look crazy. If you know what I'm saying, like I know nothing else other than the hip hop and the culture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So even when I'm 55, I'm gonna be fly. I don't feel like niggas will be like, this nigga looks crazy, because it's in my blood. It's not me trying to like adapt to a culture. It's the only culture that I know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I try not to let the fact that I'm older than most of the young heads out here get in the way. I use it to my advantage, because I failed a lot. And I've learned from all those failures.
So do you feel like now you're ready for it? You're like mentally ready for it because of the age and the wisdom that you like have gotten from this whole experience. Now at 35, going into more business deals and stuff like that is just smarter. You're more... Yeah,
I mean, my mindset is on equity. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything I touch, I need to own a piece of it. Now, it's not about... Before it was about, I need you to say I'm the dopest. You know what I'm saying? And now, it's just not about that. I don't care. You know? I don't care what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really said 2 years ago, like, okay, niggas are sleeping on me. I'ma just move to the point where you don't notice, but my hand is in every single thing that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Around, you know, whether it's Jay Blaze, whether it's Luther, whether it's Monsters Dance, whether it's NBA, whether it's movies, I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't necessarily talk about what my involvement is, but you ask them, they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm getting that pub, so you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just trying to, like, anything moving, I want in. That's just how I feel. You know
And
what
you
I'm
have the
saying?
right to. I mean, the names you just named, they're
Yeah,
getting
for
real
real.
estate on the land that you already occupied years ago.
Yeah.
So, and you was already doing this. You never even dove into the dance industry. So this is solely KO. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I wanted to. Don't get twisted. I just, when I found out what it takes to be a dancer, I was like, I don't got it. I can't do it. Like, I can't watch other niggas that I know I'm better than get jobs. Like, that shit would break my heart. I don't love dance like that.
yeah.
Like with rap, I don't know. I don't take it as personal because I think dance is really my first love. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas rap is just a part of the thing I'm really in love with, and I'm really in love with the business of music. You know what I'm saying? I love being able to structure deals however I want. That's why every deal I've had has been with a corporation. You know what I'm saying? And they've never taken a piece of my masters because I've structured my own deals. So whether it's with the Getty Center or whether it's with SC Johnson Wax or whether it's with the NFL, like, these people, you know, I figured out a way to have people invest in my talent and not necessarily take away from my equity because they're not interested in the back end. They're more interested in getting their message out, and I'm a part of that, and I can help them do that.
So, bro, we and you need to sit down for about, let's say, 10 hours.
I'm with it.
Because that's a jewel that a lot of young artists are struggling with right now. And I can say I'm one of them.
No.
Just coming across a lot of, I'm not going to say Caucasians, but majority of them are. And they want to give you these type of deals like you need the money.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's always a dope look, because you never look like you need the money.
I mean, that's the goal.
That's the goal right there.
Yeah. I'm
So
trying to
it's
have that. I always want to be able to say fuck you if I want to walk away. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts. Yeah. And I always respect that about your creed. So, like, seeing and just hearing that, bro, you definitely have a market in just writing a book. Like, 'cause
I've been thinking about that lately.
that
man.
shit's crazy.
It's the knowledge that you have because the business side of that you understand is something that a lot of young artists, especially a lot of young black artists, miss. And like Brittany said, get caught up in these deals, and it just messes up the whole of where they could possibly go business wise and the longevity in the the music industry.
True.
Opposed to just being, because I feel like a lot of people too are chasing fame, but like you said, you are on the back end of a lot of stuff, and we don't know who billionaires are.
And I'm
We-
cool
they
with it.
they cool, they're fine. They're not. A lot of people chase that fame and don't have that much money, but people that have so much way more money that aren't worried about those things.
And the fucked up thing is they want you to chase the fame. If you look like you're chasing the fame, you're more likely to get the deal. If you look like you know what you're talking about, you're less likely to get the deal. You know what I'm saying? So there is a downside. I wouldn't even say it's a downside. It's just it's a different. You need to be prepared to be looked at as the asshole or the arrogant guy if you're not willing to take the hand out from the white man that wants to lift you up
You
from your
speaking
poverty
truth.
or whatever it
Oh
is.
my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have to be willing to just be like, I don't really give a fuck, because they're gonna tell you, like, if you don't fuck with me, no one's gonna fuck with you, and they're
That
gonna try to
part.
make you believe that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I'm 17 years, I'm still here. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part,
So
yeah.
and I've seen a lot of niggas get big deals and they not here. You know what I'm saying? And or
That's
they
true.
don't control their life. Period. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they don't control their creativity, and I just value that so much now. Like, I can move how I want to move,
Yeah.
even though I'm not like a millionaire by any means, but I have no other job. Like, music is my life. The music is my job. That's
Wow.
it. You know what I'm saying? So I wake up every morning pretty happy.
And it's a marathon.
That's freaking awesome.
Because I always say this, but niggas really don't look at it because he's a star now. But look at 2 Chainz. He broke ground. He came in at 42.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah.
You know how old he was? Like,
Yeah.
Don, that's just groundbreaking. Like, Jay set the bar, like, from the 30s the new 20 to 40s the new 20. So he broke that ground. So now we're older heads, because hip-hop is older now.
Yeah.
It's not such a young genre no more.
Not at all.
We past 30 years.
And I mean, I really see an opportunity in that because
Facts.
you know, hip hop has never been 40 before. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like what I've been focusing on is kind of trying to build the infrastructure for people my age. You know what I'm saying? Versus trying to
Be young.
dig into what the young people are doing because
Wow.
there are gonna continue these rappers that are popping now. XXX Tentacion, he gonna be 35. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What is he gonna do if the infrastructure's not there?
That's
you feel what I'm saying?
Because R&B ain't have that infrastructure,
Exactly.
so it kind of failed, and then a lot of black genres do.
Yep. And I mean, you see where we're at. I mean, it's not even a knock to them. I like a lot of their music, but it's just not. It's not created for longevity. The famous Dexys, the Lil Yachty's,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
right.
It's real microwave. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
that's
So
true.
if they're not thinking about how they can exist when they get to my age,
Right, because this
then-
is jazz now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going into a place where it's blues. Like, we about to be on 94.3. Like,
Yep. And the next 10 years,
94.7.
we're gonna be on
The
contemporary
way.
adult stations,
Yeah,
and it's gonna
facts.
get to a point where either the next 5 years are gonna be crucial. Rap is either gonna die or it's gonna solidify itself as like the new rock and roll. You know what I'm saying?
Or the
So-
ones that really love hip hop will stand.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm saying? You like, I live hip hop.
Yeah,
So you
period.
never gonna go away if the genre's still alive.
never.
That's true. What do you think the main difference is with, let's say, older artists and younger artists, as far as just, I guess their brand as a whole, like even just in the industry working as an artist, because a lot of older people look younger now.
Yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
really can't tell who's,
That's fact.
what age, because almost everybody looks.
I honestly
25.
think that the older people are at a disadvantage if they have the old school mentality. Just because, like for instance, I have a few friends that like were super popping early 2000s, late 90s. When the industry, when you could get $1 million deal or whatever, and then and now in this age where no matter what kind of artist you are, you have a deal or no deal, you still have to be the head of your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're signed to Sony, that don't mean that you could just lay back and they're gonna handle everything for you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't conceptualize your rollout, if you don't conceptualize your videos and all that stuff, and know when you want to drop stuff, then you're still gonna be fucked. And there's a lot of older people that were used to the labels doing that for them. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And so they can't let go of that mentality, and they walk into a situation with a younger artist, and they expect the younger artist to fall all over them, or them, I want $30,000 for my wardrobe and another $50 for the appearance, and these younger artists are looking at you like, nigga, you ain't even popping. Like, why would I ever do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think people, and there's some younger artists like that too. I think that anyone that's just stuck in their ways and believes that they know what works for sure and is unwilling to listen is at a disadvantage. I just find that that's older people more than the younger people, but there are young people like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see with older people. Just, it's hard when you live for so long and you're trying to do something different. You got to like unlearn things just to,
Man.
work in what you're like the business that you're trying to,
Like, I
grow.
mean, even like I watch, what's that show I love? Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and DJ
yeah.
Academics.
Oh,
and
my
like,
God.
Joe Budden, like,
He be
he be
sucking
having
right.
some points, but like, he be sounding really crazy a lot of times
Yeah.
because he'll be like, who's this person? They're not popping, and I hate that. Like, there's nothing more that I hate when someone says that someone else is not popping just because they don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're not doing the research, you can't say someone else is not popping. You
Facts.
don't just because you don't know who they are. That just means that you don't keep in touch with what's going on. You feel what I'm
Facts.
saying? And like he
Yeah.
does that a lot. He'll be like, fucking. Kodak, no one's checking for Kodak Black. What do you mean no one's checking for
No one's
Kodak
checking
Black?
for
You feel what I'm
you.
saying? Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You sound crazy saying some shit like that. Or
Right.
you say Lil Uzi's not a star because you don't like his music. Like, he has 50 million plays on EXO Tour Life. The week it came out, it had 50 million plays. You can't deny that type of shit. It may not be for you. You can say that.
Yeah,
But for you to say no one's checking for it, you sound stupid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you sound very out of touch. And I think that the game has been really what's the word I'm looking for?
Segregated.
Yeah. It is. It's segregated by the people who think that hip hop should be
The old and
one
the
way
new.
and
Yeah.
artists should be discovered one way, and then the young people are like, well, if y'all don't even want to hear what we have to say, then fuck y'all. So it's creating this great divide. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really have to be like that.
It doesn't. Cause
And-
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because the ones that get on that old side will be washed up.
Yep.
Like it's evolution.
1,000%.
And we all been talking about the same thing since the beginning of hip hop. You go back, we been talking about partying, drugs, sex, money. Like, come on, man.
I mean,
like,
niggas look the gayest at the beginning of hip hop. If you gonna keep it 1,000%
facts.
real,
They
like,
had
so
on Lex shirts.
So for people to be like, these
had
little
on that
kids, they look so
fishnet.
stupid with their pink hair and the pink. It's like, yo, these niggas have spiked shoulder pads.
Yes, yo, come
And
on,
a leather
man.
and a leather fucking golf hat talking about broken glass everywhere. Like,
But
nigga,
that's
what?
the
And
rawest
leather
form
pants.
of hip hop.
Yeah.
Now you look at these kids, whatever they're doing, realize this: they have started their new genre. Period.
Yep.
Like, and that's why the others are getting washed up because it's a whole new genre. The Lil Uzis, they can call it mumble rap, they can do whatever. But just remember, disco did not like hip hop when hip hop was born.
Yeah.
That's why I love to get down because it shows that.
That's amazing.
Like, we are so hip hopped out, we don't realize we're being those disco freaks. Like, turn that off. That ain't real music.
It's evolution, and it's you
evolution.
just have to get. We have to be okay with that, and I think we should talk more about this after this quick music break. So,
Let's get it.
quick music break.
How y'all feeling out there, man? I know that traffic is a bitch, but don't be a bitch.
Don't be it, bro. Lorde Sanctus, though.
Man,
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
it's always refreshing to have good convo, man.
Yeah.
Man, y'all give me some of the best talking for jumping off points. We always have a great conversation here, man. So I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, man, and it's so dope. Like your compound, you still at 1816.
Man, until I buy a house, I ain't leaving. I'm gonna
Thanks.
keep it real. I'm not one of those niggas that just like to like,
Move around.
yeah, just to say like come to the. I'm not gonna pay $3,500 at the Palazzo so other niggas can enjoy my house. You know, I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Bruh,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
stay in
Like,
this one bedroom, dog. I swear, all my homies done breezed through. That is the house.
yeah.
And I mean, they raised it $25 just recently, and we rant and rave, but we know what's up. Like,
Right.
it's a one bedroom from $900. Like, bro, we not going nowhere
Period.
until I can buy a house.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, who was I talking to? I was talking to Danny, man, and that's why after a lot of deaths, we saw a lot of deaths from the cops,
Yeah.
and we saw a lot of marches, but we kind of went black again.
Yeah.
But I feel like we went back to the drawing tables.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we went, and they know it too. We got quiet on them, like,
I
all right.
feel like, yeah, that's
But
what I'm
we
saying.
ain't get unfocused, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it is fuckery all the time, but the ones that are focused has been doing their thing. Like, you on the back end, being a black man.
I was the first
doing
one to say
business.
fuck Trump on a record before the game. Facts. Super facts.
That part.
And y'all played it here. Yeah. I debuted
That's
that
true.
shit. I debuted that shit here before the game even dropped his
With
fuck Trump
that
record.
nutty beat. It's
Yeah, I
that-
did the jump man. I did Trump man,
yeah.
fucking Donald Trump man.
got
You
that.
know that Republican is up to
something.
something.
Yeah.
Don't vote for the pumpkin. Don't vote for the pumpkin.
Hey.
Peace to Martin Luther. Peace to Mrs. Tubman. Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
feel
saw,
what I'm
I saw
saying?
where it was going. So I
And
tried
you went black and you evolved. I feel like we went black and evolved. Like, all right, if y'all don't want to give us what we gonna do, we gonna start our own business.
Yeah.
We gonna make our own shows. We gonna be our own directors.
It's about that time. I mean, I feel like we just been in a situation where it's really nothing we can do now. You know what I mean? Because
Facts.
at any given moment, we
Man.
could be pulled over or done. Something
Yeah.
could happen to us just for how we looking. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
Niggas is in school getting put in detention and suspended from school for how their hair is.
Yeah. I mean,
My
that-
shit is growing. Like, nigga,
Facts.
I'm not cutting my shit. You
Yo,
feel me?
I grew up in a place where the only black people I grew up with were related to me. You know what I'm saying? Like my high school had 3,500 people and there was 30 black people in my school. And I would get suspended and sent home every day for just wearing FUBU or whatever because they would say it's gang related or this or that. Like we couldn't listen to rap music at during lunch. And I was the DJ, so if anytime I played rap music at school, detention, suspension.
Are you serious?
Swear on my life. BET just got to where I'm from last year. Like, we never had BET. Friday, all those movies didn't come. Like, it's no black culture back
Yo,
then.
Trash.
So you are like the epitome of like, yeah.
My pops is a Republican, my nigga. So,
What?
yeah,
And you like the epitome of hip hop. Because you didn't grow up in the era with like rap was everywhere.
Nah, not at all. Like now, like when I watch shows like Fresh Off the Boat, when there's not one black person on that show, and it's like they be playing Public Enemy and shit,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I never in my life ever thought I would hear Public Enemy on ABC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even shows like Blackish, where,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, fucking Biz Marquis is making a feature on ABC again, or just, like, anywhere you look, Target doing It Takes Two for Lil
With
Yachty. Even
Yachty,
though it's
Lil
garbage,
Yachty.
it's
Yeah.
Target, my nigga, doing It Takes Two. Like, I just would always watch commercials and shit and be like, if hip-hop is the biggest thing on the charts, why do they not fuck with it? What other reason could it be? Because they don't like the people that sing the music. You know what I'm
part,
saying? Like,
that part,
Yeah.
dog. Damn. You say that shit again, bro. Like, cause it's like we pop now. Like,
Yeah, no, facts.
everywhere you see us,
Facts.
it's like, okay, y'all giving us this shit to quiet us down.
yeah.
But I feel like we took the back. There's some niggas in the background that's going start
Yeah.
because of this little break.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Muslims getting they riff, Mexicans is getting they riff, Trump tripping. Like, we like this. Oh, bet. And you see a lot of great, like, you get black doctors. Danny's brother is a doctor,
hard.
but he's singing on Instagram. Like, dog, that's so beautiful. Like, what do you feel like?
I mean, I think that us being able to, I really feel like the phone and computers and just being connected at all times allows us to be omnipresent. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now on Snapchat, I can type in San Luis Obispo and it'll pull up all the snaps from San Luis Obispo. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not back home, I can see what's going on, and I see people I recognize in the snaps. So I can, if I'm not at Coachella, I type in Coachella, I look at all the snaps from Coachella. It makes me feel like I'm there. And when you start seeing how other people live and how other people, everybody wants to be more than one thing. Nobody just wants to work at Burger King, and nobody just wants to be a radio DJ or just wants to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that because we get to see into so many different people's lives at the same time, we're starting to realize that, oh shit, we're all the same. I don't know why it took so long, but we're starting to see that. And so, you know, you'll get a doctor that can drop a crazy ass freestyle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll get a homeless person that fucking is a dope newscaster, and we just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really just no limits now because you're inspired and you see other people doing it, and so it makes you want to step out there and do it a little more.
So being Lorde Sanctus, what do you feel like the future entails for music? Seeing how everything's developing, like what you just said, like how can we I mean,
I've been saying this for the past maybe 8 or 9 years. When Black Eyed Peas dropped The End, that's when I started saying it. Music has no value other than intrinsic value, meaning like the value in music just will stimulate a memory or stimulate an emotion or a time or whatever, but the actual monetary value of music doesn't exist anymore. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have value itself. So if you're coming at it where you're like, yo, I want to drop this record and I'm a fucking go viral, I'm gonna make $1 million. Nah, even if you go viral, you're not gonna make $1 million. But if you use that song as a commercial for whatever it is, your makeup, your purse, your personality or whatever, then, and you look at your music as a commercial to drive your income, then I feel like you can be a lot more successful, and that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
That is a jewel for any young artist. Like, I didn't even really think of it like that, but that is a fucking jewel, Kate. Like, gotta call you by your original name. God damn.
And it's a fact because I mean I don't have one song besides Shonique Let It Go is about to cross 1 million streams on Spotify. But
it's crazy because before this year started, TD Jakes was speaking at my church.
Okay.
And he was saying that if you have a business, this is the year of collaboration.
1,000%.
So if you're a music artist and you want to get out there, tie yourself to a cause.
That's a fact.
And you just said the same thing. So that's just alignment. Like, man, powerful.
And all I was saying is that I never had a song that had 1 million plays. I never really had a song that went viral. But every single song I've ever put out has ended up in a movie, a TV show, or something else. And I've been able to pay a substantial amount of. I've been able to live off these records. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I follow way more. I don't even have 3,000 followers on Instagram, and I follow way more people that follow me because I'm nosy. Yeah. Like, but I still make money off my music. I can still get meetings that people with 10 million followers can't get. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people, it's a music business. They're gonna look at, yo, who's investing in you and how have your returns been? I can go and be like, these billionaires fuck with me and ask them what my return has been. You know what I'm saying? Whereas it's like you can't really quantify the return on 10 million followers, because if you have 10 million followers and then there's only 500 people at your show, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the translation at?
Right.
Whereas if I'm like, yo, fuck my followers, just look at this. I got this nigga give me 150,000. I gave him 500,000 back. You can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just look at the concrete things that I can control. I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be a social media star. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I stopped chasing that.
And you build on your catalog.
And you find what you good at.
And you build on your catalog. And like, let's dive into purgatory. Like, I know you said it's to purify. You know what I mean? So how deep did you go to get yourself to?
Well, for those that don't know, purgatory is it's a state after you die. It's a state between heaven and hell where you're just kind of waiting in the wings, and that's just kind of where I feel like I am. I lost my deal 2015, into 2015. Started working on this project beginning in 2016, and I feel like I have no manager, no label, no nothing, no situation, so I'm in purgatory. You know what I'm saying? And like, and this is the first project where, like I said, as KO the Legend, I came out KO the Legend battle rapping, you know what I'm saying, doing sway and all that shit. And so the whole premise of KO the Legend was to be a legendary MC. Like, you can't question the bars. You know what I'm saying?
But I punch you with a legendary punch bar.
Exactly. And then you reach that point, you do records like, for me, it was like when Method Man, I'm in the studio with Method Man, and he's like, yo, nigga, you could rap your ass off. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Electronica runs up on me, and he's like, yo, you could rap your ass off. At that point, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm still broke at that time. You know what I'm saying? I got to switch my focus. You know what I'm saying? So that was always in the back of my mind. And then I realized going into this project, I had never really recorded something for the love of being creative. I've never done that. It was always a goal to like achieve something else. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first project I've ever really talked about personal issues. Like, my best friend died last year. His heart exploded at Sundance. He was 35. And I'd known him since I was alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk about that. I talk about which is something I want to get into. Like, I'm in a relationship with an Armenian girl that I can't, like, we've been together for a long time, but we can't like just talk about it because her culture doesn't accept black people. You feel what I'm saying? So,
and that's the crazy thing, is because
that's crazy.
That's wild, because we both dealing with some of the same similar issues. And that's
and see, and that's why, like, I watched your shit with Nazo last week. You know what I'm saying? I've listened to his music. I think he's super dope. But like, I start having an issue with. I don't have an issue with him. I want to clear that out. But I have an issue with artists like him that use our culture to spread their message, but then they don't back up our message. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you go into the Armenian culture, they're gonna tell you don't trust black people. And I'm not saying all Armenians say this, but I've been deep in this culture for the past 4 years, from producing television shows on their channels, being all around their celebrities, and not one time have I ever walked into a room where they are like, hey, how you doing? It's always like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? It's always like that. But yet there's rappers on stage doing rap music, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
that's why they love Drake. He looked like one of them.
That's crazy. And my homeboy is Armenian. I was just kicking it with him. And we was talking about some of the things that's going on. But he vibes with just our theology and how we see things. And man, that's crazy. Like, just give us a situation, a story that, you know what I'm saying, that you've been through with you and your girl that kind of made you set back for a minute.
I mean, there's a lot. I just don't want to incriminate myself. I don't think they listen to this shit. But fucking like, for instance, her parents know me. They just don't know we're together.
Okay.
And they have literally looked me in my face and said, "You are the smartest person I've ever met in my life. Like, everything you say makes sense. Everything you do makes sense." But then if she ever brings up, I want to date KO, hypothetically, they're like, no, hell no. Like, no, he's cool for one of them,
right?
But not for you. And those are their exact words. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, but then, and she'll tell me everything they say when I'm not around. And it's not too derogatory, but when I'm in their face, it's like, oh my God, you know, we just love your people, and we love this and we love that. And it's like,
I had one mom that was like that. I was working at a out of this back house. There was a studio over there, and we was just a bunch of us. We called it the Pit. Gang of niggas back there. It looked like a hood over there off of Crescent Heights, dog. It was mad niggas from Moreno Valley. We had a studio back there. But the mom was just a naggy lady. Like, when I come around, she just say slick stuff. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with your mom, dog? Like, in any situation, a nigga would just be tripping. Like, what? Like, but we respecting your house. But when she keep going at it, but until it was finally like, yeah, man, you know, she just don't.
Yeah, she don't vibe.
She just don't bang with you.
And so, I mean,
like, what?
And just to bring my point home, like, for artists like Nazo and people like, I watched the documentary, I think it's dope, but you just can't expect people to give a fuck about your cause if you're quiet about when other people are suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if you're using their culture to perpetuate your cause. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I cannot fuck with that. I can't. Like, it drives me insane.
I ain't look at it like that.
Yeah, facts. That's
we might have to have a convo about that on here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason I love my girl is because she'll tell people all the time. She'll tell her own people, like, don't say shit about the Armenian genocide to a Mexican or a black person if you ain't never gave a fuck when a cop killed them. Like, she'll say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love her for. But I'm around so many other people that are just quiet when it has nothing to do with them. And then when it has everything to do with them, they're marching in the streets, the flags go up, you know. And this could be any culture. I don't like that shit at all.
That's nice. All right, let's talk about Think About It. How'd you come up with that? The crazy thing is, I recorded the record it's entitled Think About It.
Okay.
That shit is hard, but let's talk about Think About It.
Think about it. Honestly, like, I was just up at Runyon, high as shit. And I had that beat, my boy Josh, who did The Weeknd's album, he did that beat. And he sent it to me. I was up at Runyon, and just everything came to me at 1 second. Like, every single, the hook, everything. And it just felt so vibey that I was like, yo, this is it. And as soon as I laid it down, I saw his face, and he was like, okay, this is the first single. And we really chose it just to establish that, like, the whole project is very eclectic and has different sounds, but we wanted to come out with the boom bap first to let y'all know that, like, this is first and foremost a hip hop project. There's melody and shit on it, but this is a hip hop project with bars and beats and all that shit. So that's why we chose Think About It first.
And I feel like that's real fundamental as artists really breaking into, like, just trying to make that statement, you know what I mean? Like, because it's like, to me, how I look at it is, I envision myself one day talking to, like, if I were to paint a video, I'm talking to the hip hop greats, saying, like, let me into the gates because this is what I do, this is how I did it, and this is why I feel like I should be a part of the kingdom. You feel me?
1,000%. And then even, like, it's really too of, like, where do I go from here kind of thing, because even in the hook I'm saying, like, I don't know. I know I say I'm doing numbers like the NASDAQ and then all this stuff. I wrote that shit right after, like, I got the Magnificent 7 placement, and then all these things are going on. And in my head, I'm like, okay, all these corporations are reaching out and all this stuff is going out, but no labels are calling, no nothing's calling. Like, so where's the disconnect? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to think about it because, lately I've been on the fast track. I'm doing numbers like the NASDAQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I gotta think about why is this not going on?
Ain't it clicking?
You know what I'm saying? So, or is it clicking and I'm just looking for a different kind of validation and not recognizing the actual validation I'm getting in the moment? You know what I'm saying?
That part right there, because as musicians, we always seek label.
Yeah.
Like, even independent artists can say they're independent at the time, but if a Jay came on their phone, like, what they gonna do at the moment? You know, you got like Joey Badass, but he still has somewhat of a label behind him.
Yeah.
Like, niggas like you.
I'll take it even deeper though and say every artist, we might not want label, but every artist is an artist because we want validation of some sort. It could be it could be a monetary validation. It could be just like a hey, I was here, don't forget me validation, but we want validation of some kind. Yeah. And if it comes from someone we think is greater than us, we're gonna jump at the opportunity.
Right. How do you feel like you can break that? Like, where do you go as an artist for the younger listeners and the hip hop heads that are listening? At what point you felt like, man, fuck y'all niggas, like I'm nice.
I mean, for me, like, it was getting that validation from the places that I looked to for news on the culture. You know what I'm saying? So, the first week, I mean, I've always been back and forth to LA since I was a kid. I've always listened to Power, but the first week I moved to LA, I was on the Woe Call. You know what I'm saying? And so
That's hard.
And I won for 5 months straight. And like every week, you know, Fabulous is up there, Lil Flip's up there, and they're hearing me spit. These are people I'm listening to, and they're telling me I'm dope. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, now. At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm dope. I feel like I'm dope, but I don't know. Even if winning, because I wasn't really beating niggas that I felt were challenging.
Right.
But then when someone like Fab is like punchline God to me.
Right.
So for Fab to be like, yo, nigga, who are you? Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Then I'm like, okay, maybe I could rap. You know what I'm saying? But then you have to elevate. Is that enough? So for some people, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's not, because I'm still working at Verizon. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care that Fab thinks I'm tight. I need to get out of this collar shirt and khakis.
Yeah, like, nigga, put me on the song if I'm tight.
You know? So it's just one of those things. But then like Lil Flip tried to give me an opportunity when he did that Sunshine album, but he didn't want to pay me for the track.
What?
But I mean, that was my fault, because at the time I didn't know who the fuck Lil Flip was. Yeah. I just saw him on the Lucky Charms shit, and so I was like, nigga, give me 5 racks for the track. And he was like, no one knows who you are, but I'll take it and I'll give you a credit and shit. And then he put out Sunshine, did 20 million, and I wasn't on the album. But that taught me, like, you're not always gonna get money up front. You have to look at the opportunity that comes to you right away. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Kanye effect.
Yep. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yo, so where you think hip hop is at? I mean, hip hop is out on the West Coast right now. I mean, Kendrick is he kind of pushed everything to the forefront. Kind of now eyes are looking at us over here. Now, where you think are we gonna be able to?
See, I don't know. I don't feel like Kendrick is a great.
No, I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying what.
No, I'm just saying I don't think he's a marker as for what's going on in the West Coast, because he's just his circumstances are just so many of the right things happen for that nigga at one time that it's just really hard to.
He's blessed.
I agree. No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
I think that, but I think in general the West hasn't fell off in a while. I think that what's really happening is that the platforms that have the ability to really put shine on the West, they're fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking reason that Power 105 should have been on the new media wave 3 years before Power 106. And Power 106 is still very clearly trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't got it down. Cruz don't got the wave. Fucking 92.3 Big Boy, like, he's not built for video. He's not built for new media. You know what I'm saying? Like, his interviews are based for radio. So when you watch them, they're just really awkward, and they look like it's just, the platforms are failing the artists. That's a fact. And they don't want to, even, like, I'm gonna say it, man, like, I think I respect DJ Charisma hands down. I think she's very innovative as far as her marketing and shit.
Right.
I don't like her ear. You feel me? Like, and she's a gatekeeper, and she's let so many garbage artists in the game.
And they've all been duds to me, my nigga. Like, they've all been duds where it's like, that shit only lasted for a pop second.
Yeah. Like, once Mustard kind of took the back seat, then the whole wave fell off. You feel what I'm saying? But that does us a disservice, because then you look at, like, I mean, the only people that Power and them are really fucking with that are underground are like Warm Brew, and they're super dope. But there's just so many more artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just ridiculous that they're getting overlooked because there's no Dre or Snoop affiliation or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and to me that's a problem, because that's why I said, to me, hip hop kind of on the West Coast is kind of sticky, because you got niggas that's ready, and the gatekeepers is not letting it in. But that's why you come to the drop, where dreams do come true. You know?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, create your own paths.
So where can they find Lorde Sanctus at? Cause
you can follow me online on Instagram at Lorde of the Sanctus. Twitter is Lorde Sanctus. And follow the label Good Bad Thirsty everywhere. Facebook, all that, for updates and stuff. I'm going to drop a new heater tomorrow. And then probably every day next week until the mixtape comes out, I'm going to drop a heater.
Yeah, I was trying to find it on
Instagram. Real quick, projections for Purgatory. What do you think? What you expecting?
Excuse me. Honestly, if people walk away with a better understanding of who I am and what I'm trying to do, I'll be happy. Like, numbers-wise, like I said, I've never done big numbers, so that's not something that I'm looking forward to or expecting to do. But as long as people walk away with a different perspective, maybe hopefully a different respect for my craft, I'm happy.
That's facts.
That's awesome.
It's the Drop Radio.
Yeah.
Lorde Sanctus.
You got any verses you wanna kick to him before we leave?
I could do something.
Anything off of the Purgatory?
Say, I done graduated from the first time chair, don't you ever sun me. I'm a monster, fire spitter, Godzilla, niggas running from me. On the road with Cuddy down under, feeling like I'm Crocodile Dundee. I'm an underground king beat, killing trill nigga like Bumby. Go hard, Bogart, all y'all niggas like Humphrey. Spit so sick out in Bakersfield, niggas had to jump me. Name a nigga that can punk me, serving anyone that want beef. Savage 21, no Jump Street. Savage 21, no Jump Street. Came a long way from making beats and recording all on my HP. Now I'm lit like a mobile phone and I got a drone that shoot HD. Bad bitch out in Burbank and I get them Hummers, no H3. Good, bad, and the thirsty, bringing sexy back with no JT. At the mountain chilling with the chud, going brazy but I ain't a blood. Everybody swear they got it, they the bomb, but when they dropping all I hear is duds. Washed up, better get the suds. Washed up, better get the suds. Going way, way up, super high like a nigga doing all the drugs. Woo!
Drop radio. Lorde Sanctus.
Man.
King Shaw.
Like I'm Humphrey. That's style. Yo, this nigga got styles, bro. Man.
DJ
chill.
Mike Murder.
Lorde Sanctus in the building,
Yes.
man.
Thank you for
Any
having
last
me, y'all.
words? Any last words?
Yo, fucking don't sleep on the wave. And support independent acts, regardless of the amounts of followers they have. If it's tight, stop waiting for someone else to co-sign the shit.
Right.
Just say it's tight yourself.
Don't be a bitch.
Exactly.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yo, thank you for having me.
Everything. This is
Man.
crazy.
Lorde Sanctus himself.
Season 2. Drop
Love you,
radio.
bro.